Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to the channel where today I am going to be doing a sort of double review of The Dregs and The Scroungers by author Thomas J. Devens. Now, I need to do a little bit of a disclaimer here because, as you may be aware, maybe not, but link in the description below, I interviewed Thomas for the channel, for the podcast, a few months back, and I've participated in a few podcasts with him, and we have enjoyed together a couple of sessions of Dungeons and Dragons. However, these two novellas I've bought. I bought them, I've read them in the Kindle, therefore you're going to get an honest review, okay? That just goes without saying. These two novellas are part of his Vermin of the Old Empire series, both published in 2024. And they sort of stand apart, it's a different world, from his main fantasy trilogy, The Fall of Emperors. Now, what can I say? I really enjoyed them. I really like them. And let's delve into that. So, point number one, why I really enjoy them, is because they are written in, they are novellas. So they are shorter books, about 150, 180 pages maybe. So they read quickly, but that's not to say that the quality isn't there. I really enjoy the fact that the writing is really good, it's clearly edited, and save for 2 or 3 commas in the wrong place across the two novellas, and Thomas's particular love for the word tabard, it gets mentioned quite a bit. Other than that, the books are great fun. So on the first book, The Scroungers, we follow a group of characters who are fighting for their kings, for their lords, and then in the middle of the battle they realize that the lords are dead. So what are they fighting for? And away we go, and we follow this cast of characters. In the second book, The Dregs, similar concept is in the aftermath of this battle, and we follow a different group of characters, and it's all around this event and how things develop. Now, all the characters are interesting and likable, or not, depending on your point of view, and nobody is safe. But that's okay. Now, I wouldn't call the series grimdark. I would say that the tone, as Thomas describes it, is gritty. So there's a lot of suppurating wounds and blood and past and death, but the character motivations are there. It's really good character work. The battle scenes and the fights are very well described, and I'm really curious to see where this whole thing goes. I really enjoy the fact that the novellas can be read in any order. That's an idea that I had, but obviously I'm too clumsy to put it to practice, that we could end up with a series of novellas that you could read in any order, and a bit like a puzzle, you could put the pieces together and get the overall picture at the end. And I really like that concept. And the other thought that struck me yesterday is that if I was Netflix or Amazon or any of these people, I would chuck a few thousand Bob Thomas's way and get the rights to do a series adaptation, because it's really, it is asking for it. It is fantastic. It could be a whole ensemble piece. I would imagine it would be too expensive to produce, and it's got that originality, and it's not tied to any prior massive IP that you have to respect. Not saying they don't have to respect Thomas's vision here, but as I was reading it, I was really imagining and seeing these characters interact and play out. And you've got a little bit of a mystery, you've got the tensions between the characters, and I think it will make a really good TV show adaptation. I'm not really okay, so the writing was good, and I've certainly read worse traditionally published stuff. So deserve has got nothing to do with it, with in the publishing world or in real life. It's unfortunate that Thomas hasn't got yet a publishing deal. But if I had any power, if I was anyone, some agent or a publishing house, like I said, I've read worst stuff, and this should have a wider audience. And if I can help it in any way, shape, or form here, I will try. That's not to say that I don't want to read his main trilogy, but that's because of the point of my life that I am at. I'm a little bit burnt out with fantasy, which is why I really enjoyed the novella format. And I think this is the way to go about it. If you are an aspiring author, do these things. It will take you far less time. I like to put out together. The fact that they can be picked up and dropped off and you're not tied to an ongoing series that you can dip in and out is a fantastic idea, and is the way to go. And I think we are planning over at page2in.com to have a whole discussion around the Scroungers and the Dregs with Thomas. So I'll keep you posted about that, or I will leave the link to the podcast when we end up doing that, because I'm really looking forward to it. It was a very enjoyable read, short, snappy, quick, but really well written, very well crafted. Do check it out, please, because it was a very nice, very welcome change of pace, change of scenery. We follow the regular folks in fantasy. We don't follow kings, queens. We don't end up with epic battles. We're not trying to save the world from the Dark Lord. He's just sort of your layman and trying to make their way in the world, and that was great. That was fantastic. It gave me vibes of one of Abercrombie's standalones. The one, I think it's the second standalone. I forgot the name right now. I would probably put it in text here at the bottom. But that sort of thing, where we follow multiple POVs around the same event and how different characters react to it. So yeah, please, your decision, but I really enjoyed it, so check it out. Vermin of the Old Empire by Thomas J. Devens. That's what I have for today. So thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you haven't done so. Take lots and lots of care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.